Migration challenges in small communities and its impact on cultures. Migration has been a part of human history for centuries, shaping cultures, economies, and societies in profound ways. While large cities have been the main hubs for migration, small communities are increasingly becoming destinations for people seeking new opportunities, safety, or a better quality of life. While migration brings with it a range of benefits, it also presents unique challenges for both the migrants and the host communities. These challenges can have a significant impact on the cultural fabric of small communities. This article explores the challenges faced by small communities due to migration and how these changes affect their cultural dynamics. Number 1. Increased tension between migrants and local populations. One of the most immediate challenges small communities face when migrants arrive is the tension between the newcomers and the local population. This tension often arises due to differences in language, costumes, and values. In small communities where people are used to a certain way of life, the arrival of migrants can be perceived as disruptive. This is particularly true if the migration is sudden or if there are large differences between the migrant culture and the local culture. These tensions can lead to social divides, with the local population feeling threatened or resentful of the changes. The migrants, on the other hand, may feel unwelcome or excluded from the community. If not managed properly, these tensions can hinder integration and lead to long-term conflict. Encouraging open communication between migrants and local populations can help bridge cultural gaps, providing spaces for community integration, such as cultural exchange programs or local events that celebrate diversity, can help build understanding. Avoid fostering an us versus them mentality. Excluding or marginalizing migrants can lead to a breakdown in community cohesion and escalate cultural divides. Number 2. Strain on local resources and infrastructure. Small communities often have limited resources and infrastructure to accommodate a sudden influx of migrants. Housing, healthcare, education, and social services may be stretched thin as more people arrive. The strain on local resources can create frustration among both local residents and migrants, especially if the newcomers are unable to access necessary services or if locals feel their resources are being depleted. Overburdened infrastructure can lead to a decline in the quality of services available to both locals and migrants. This can result in increased competition for jobs, housing, and social benefits, further exacerbating tensions and cultural conflicts. Local governments and organizations can play ahead by creating strategies to manage population growth. This might involve expanding infrastructure, increasing funding for public services, and creating programs that help both migrants and locals access the resources they need. Avoid neglecting the planning of resources. Failing to prepare for an increase in population can lead to systemic issues that damage the well-being of both groups. Number 3. Language barriers and communication challenges. Language is often one of the most significant barriers in the integration process. Migrants may speak a different language than the local population, making it difficult to communicate, build relationships, and access essential services. In small communities where there may be fewer language support services, this can be particularly isolating for newcomers and challenging for locals who are unfamiliar with the migrant culture. Language barriers can lead to misunderstandings, miscommunications, and feelings of isolation for migrants. On the other hand, locals may feel frustrated or intimidated when trying to communicate with migrants, which can hinder the development of meaningful connections and reduce the chances of successful integration. Offering language classes and translation services can help both migrants and locals communicate more effectively. Creating community spaces where language exchange is encouraged can help break down barriers and foster understanding. Avoid ignoring language differences or assuming that migrants will quickly adapt without support. Failing to provide adequate language resources can hinder the integration process and limit opportunities for both groups. Number 4. Cultural integration and identity conflicts. The cultural integration process can be complex, especially in small communities where traditions and social norms may be deeply ingrained. Migrants may bring with them different cultural practices, religious beliefs, and values, which can sometimes clash with the established norms of the host community. On the other hand, local populations may feel that their cultural identity is being threatened by the influx of new customs and traditions. Cultural clashes can lead to feelings of alienation, resentment, or a loss of cultural heritage. If not addressed, this can lead to divisions within the community, making it difficult for both migrants and locals to coexist harmoniously. Encourage cultural exchange and mutual respect by organizing community events that celebrate different traditions and practices. Promoting dialogue around cultural differences can help foster understanding and reduce the potential for conflict. Avoid promoting the idea of one culture being superior to another. Fostering inclusivity and celebrating diversity can create a more welcoming environment for everyone. Number 5. Economic pressures on local jobs and employment. Migration often leads to increased competition for jobs, especially in small communities with limited employment opportunities. Migrants may accept lower wages or take jobs that locals are unwilling to do, which can cause tension in the local job market. In some cases, this can lead to resentment, with locals feeling that their economic opportunities are being compromised. Increased competition in the job market can create economic strain and dissatisfaction for both migrants and locals. It can also result in exploitation or poor working conditions if migrants are forced to take lower paying or informal jobs. Creating inclusive employment policies that ensure fair wages and working conditions for all members of the community is key. Promoting programs that help migrants improve their job skills and gain access to better employment opportunities can help reduce competition and promote economic integration. Avoid assuming that migrants are taking jobs away from locals. Instead, focus on creating opportunities for all members of the community to thrive and benefit from economic growth. Migration poses unique challenges for small communities, from economic pressures and resource limitations to cultural tensions and social isolation. However, with proactive planning, open communication, and a commitment to inclusivity, these challenges can be managed. By fostering an environment of understanding, flexibility, and mutual respect, both migrants and locals can work together to build stronger, more resilient communities that benefit from the diversity that migration brings. Embracing cultural differences and promoting social integration can lead to a more harmonious and enriching experience for everyone involved.